So hello, welcome to my home yoga, Namaste home. Call these little snippets now and then. So we've got the sun in Gemini at the moment. Gemini rules the hands, and we can do yoga for the hands just like we can do yoga for the body. Works on the same principle. The hands are like the feet, in that we have a reflection of our body in our hands just as we do in our feet. Yoga works to self-heal, and I like, that's what I work with my yoga. It's a way of healing ourselves, and there's no more way of doing this than when working with mudras, which are yoga for the hands. So just as you release from the body by stretching, you can bring your hands into certain positions, and this can then help to release certain issues in the body. Now, mudras might be painful. You might have painful hands anyway if you have conditions such as arthritis, etc. But this then may be reflected in the rest of your body, and particular mudras may be uncomfortable and painful for you. But what you may find is if you do have a chronic condition in the body, for example, you suffer from headaches a lot or indigestion, then by practicing the mudra, your hands gradually release. The mudra becomes more comfortable, and the condition in your body releases. So mudras are best practiced for 10 minutes at a time if you can. They don't have to be done in meditation or anything. They can be done quite naturally. You can be reading a book. Difficult to hold a book if you've got somewhere to put your book. If your hand's in a mudra, you can do them while watching TV. You can be in a Zoom meeting, anything like that. But practicing mudras is really good for you. If you do have a chronic condition, they can work with prevention as well as cure. So you practice them for 3 times a day, so 10 minutes each time for 3 times a day. You'll gradually find conditions ease. So first one we're going to do is one that you see a lot, chin mudra. Thumb and first finger lightly together, and you can then just rest your hands on your knees. Okay, now this mudra is really good for soothing the mind. It's called the gesture of wisdom. You might see Buddha's statues doing it because it is used in meditation, because it does help the mind. Now, the way it helps the mind is because it encourages you to breathe from the abdomen. Deep breathing from the belly is really good for the mind. Now, by encouraging us to breathe, it's working with the lungs as well. So it's encouraging us to breathe more deeply. The lungs are the only organ that we can control the use of. We can control how we breathe. When we're very stressed, we breathe from the chest. To calm ourselves down, we want to slow down the breathing and breathe from the abdomen. And chin mudra can help us do this. This then naturally slows down the heart rate, so it then lowers blood pressure. So chin mudra can help to lower blood pressure. It's good for the mind because it slows down the brain waves. So it can control a chatty head, a monkey mind, whatever you want to call it. So an overactive mind. So therefore it's good for insomnia and depression as well. And it's also good to help clear a foggy head for the same reason, encouraging you to breathe more deeply. So it's one of those all-round good mudras, chin mudra. Now, to look more outwardly, so to clear a foggy head, for example, you want to be more awake and look more outwardly, you have the palms of the hands turned upwards. If you do want to help to kind of go within, meditate, go to sleep, so it's good for insomnia, you turn the hands inward. Okay, it doesn't need to be a hard press, it's just a light touch, and it's having your fingers in this position. You're uniting the the I, so that's the index finger, with the cosmic consciousness represented by the thumb. So it's creating that circle, that unity. Okay, if you suffer from headaches a lot, Mahasiya's mudra will help you. So you bring the thumb, the first finger, and the middle fingers together, and then you bring your ring fingers down into that crease that you're forming there, and extend the little finger. Now this is one that might hurt if you do suffer from headaches. If you suffer from migraines, you might want to practice this for 10 minutes 3 times a day to help to prevent migraine. So done kind of gradually over time, it can help prevent. Now I'm not saying mudras are just like any other kind of complementary practice. They're not to replace medication. So if you are on medication for a particular condition, I encourage you to still keep taking it. But this is very helpful for headaches. For digestive issues, whether that's nausea, so it might be morning sickness if you're pregnant, might be travel sickness, might be nausea from indigestion or because you're ill. You want to do this on with different hands. It's called Pushan Mudra, Pushan being the god of nourishment. So on your right hand, so I'm not mirroring you, on your right hand you bring the thumb, the first finger, the middle finger together. That works with the liver. And on your left hand you bring the thumb, the middle finger and the ring finger together. So it's different on each hand, and this works with the digestive system. So as I say, mudras can just be done, your hands relaxed. You don't need to hold your hands up. I'm just doing this to show you, okay? And you just can have your hands relaxed and do this for 10 minutes. So you might be in a car traveling. Drivers don't tend to suffer from travel sickness because they're looking out the window. So that's another trick for travel sickness, is looking where you're going. But if you're a passenger in a car, because it's quite hard to do this and drive, but if you're a passenger in a car, you can practice this Pushan Mudra. For heart conditions, whether it's a physical condition, as I say, still keep taking your medication, please. But for an emotional condition as well, you bring the first finger down into that fleshy bit of your thumb, the mound of Venus, and bring the thumb, the ring finger and the middle fingers together and extend the little finger. So this can help to soothe a broken heart, so an emotionally sad heart, or a physical heart condition as well. Practice for 10 minutes 3 times a day. For constipation, you interlock the fingers and extend the index fingers and cross one thumb over the other. Point the fingers down as well, kind of work with the digestive system. This is helping you to let go. So constipation can be an emotional condition. You might be holding on to something emotionally, quite unconsciously. Works with the lungs as well. So if you do have lung condition, then you might find it hard to keep your fingers straight. But it helps to release congestion in the large intestines and the lungs. So I'm not going to do that one for too long. Another good one, especially for this time of year, is for allergies. You curl your index finger into that kind of crease in your thumb there and bring the thumb onto the side of the middle finger, onto the side of the nail of the middle finger, and extend the other fingers. So it's a bit of an odd one. Hopefully you can see quite clearly here, and good for get itchy eyes with hay fever, and can really help with that. I cut out wheat particularly during hay fever season, and since becoming vegan as well, so not having any dairy particularly, I found my allergies have been a lot better. But this one can really help even with itchy eyes. Okay, for generally, if you're feeling overwhelmed for whatever reason, I would say if you're in a big crowd, but that's not happening at the moment, but going into supermarkets, you can feel overwhelmed emotionally in a lot of different circumstances. You bring your left thumb into your hand and curl your fingers around your thumb, which is another mudra in itself. Thumbs to the base of the little fingers and curling your fingers around your thumb. That's good for depression. So this helps you feel safe and secure. Like children do this, babies are born doing this. So for generally feeling very overwhelmed, bring your left hand, so your left hand into that mudra. Bring the arm into the side of your body. You can put it into a pocket if need be. It can be done quite surreptitiously. Make sure your left foot is flat to the floor so you ground that emotional energy. So just a few mudras here. I do have a sheet called Handy Mudras, so this is going to be on my website, particularly if you sign up to my Namasté Home Zen Yoga. And hope that's helped you today. Do contact me if you need if you have any more inquiries, you need any more help with this. Take care. Namaste Home.